Okay, let me open this by saying that we're happy that each one of you came today. These men and women are each candidates on the Democratic ticket for various offices for the November 2nd election. They've each brought 1 or 2 bags of groceries, and they're going to help restock the shelves for the community enabler. Our intent is to highlight the unfairness of the grocery sales tax, and we hope that when we've left today that we will have got some information from each one of these candidates. We want to introduce you to the candidates and let them talk just a little bit, introduce themselves, and maybe highlight a little bit of the unfairness of what we think is the grocery tax, not only for maybe for the middle class and for the groups of people across Alabama that we feel like represents an unfairness. First of all, I'd like to introduce each one of the candidates and let them talk just a little bit. And to start, we have Barbara Boyd, and then we have Secretary of State candidate Scott Gilliland, Gary Bearden, Ricky Whaley, Wallace Wyatt, and then we'll hear last of all from Maureen Holloway, who is the director of this agency called the Community Enabler. So I'd like to have a few comments from Barbara Boyd, please.
I'm Barbara Boyd, running for re-election for House District 32. House Bill 1, which was sponsored by Representative Knight, will be reintroduced in the next session. This bill, I have been a co-sponsor from the very beginning and have voted for it each time it has come up in the House. The purpose of House Bill 1 was to limit the state income tax deduction for federal income tax for individual taxpayers and to exempt the sale of food from state sales tax. Every time I go to the grocery store and I buy groceries, as you see from my big bag, and I look around and I think about those who are less fortunate than I am, and I say, my, how can they survive having to do the things that they have to do for their families? And I guess being an educator by background, I think too, that to whom much is given, much is expected or required. So therefore, it falls upon each of us to do the best that we can to improve the quality of life. We need healthy children, even in schools, to be able to learn and to produce. So this is one way we can help to improve the quality of life for all of our citizens in the state of Alabama.
I'm glad to see the legislature taking an interest in this. Nothing would make me any happier than to repeal the state sales tax off of food. We have a number of people in Alabama, hard-working people, who still fall behind or below the poverty threshold. And there's no greater service than we as the elected officials of Alabama could give than to remove the state sales tax, to increase their ability to buy more food and their ability to meet the other bills that we all have today.
It's great to be here with all of these people. It's a privilege indeed to be a part of this. My name is Gary Bearden. I'm a candidate for House District 36. This state sales tax on groceries at a time when families are in the worst time since the Great Depression. The working families need relief. Everybody's not privileged to be over a given dollar amount. There's families that are hurting. I'm reminded of the children that go to school hungry, the children that go to school without being prepared for their daily work. Anything that we can do to position our future generations will benefit us far beyond what we're doing here today. I encourage you to support us, to go for this tax repeal, and thank you.
I'm Ricky Whaley, and I'm running for House District 40 for state representative. And my idea is that the grocery tax is wrong to families, it's wrong to senior citizens, and it's wrong morally. And I'll vote to remove the sales tax on food if I'm elected. Us in Mississippi are the only 2 states in the nation who still have this awful tax. And the first thing I would propose to do, and I know the question's going to come, where are you going to get the money to replace this tax, the tax money that goes to our children? And the first thing I would say is to put the money back in the consumer's pocket, and they'll spend it, and most likely they'll spend that same money in that same grocery store. Thank you.
My name is Wallace White. I'm a candidate for state senate here in District 12, which is St. Clair County and Calhoun County. I'm honored to be here this morning with these folks. And I'll just say that lower income people have to spend a larger percentage of their income on food, groceries, and removing the state sales tax from groceries would be a direct help to the working families of our state, and I will surely support removing the state sales tax from groceries. Thank you.
Steve Hurst and Jerry Fielding were unable to be here today, but they're much in agreement with this same action. We'll be back. We're not staging this just for an event. We understand there's a crisis here, as in the Soup Bowl, the All Saints, the JCOC. It is not just one of these events where we bring food in to stock these shelves. We're going to be back, and we're going to help Maudine stock these shelves. It's a crisis every day. So Maudine will be back to bring lots of more food to you. And so don't expect us just this day to bring you a few sacks of groceries. Our pledge to you is that we will come back as Democrats, and we'll do what it is to restock your shelves and help you with this group and many others. And so, Maudine, it's our pleasure today to bring you these bags of groceries. And we kind of have speculated with maybe how much the grocery tax that we've saved. Maybe we could buy a couple of pair of tennis shoes for kids. We can buy some things that kids are much needed with the tax that would have been saved on these amounts of groceries that we brought today. We all went shopping at different grocery stores, and it would have done the average family, or helped the average family bought maybe a couple pair of shoes for their kids, a breakfast maybe, or something. So we're going to keep working. We've got some plans, and we're going to be the helpful party that works for the common man. So Maudine, as we hear from you, we're going to all go inside, and we're going to personally stock those shelves for you. Then we're going to go back and we're going to get to work and bringing you some more food.
Thank you, dear. Thank you, all of you, so much for what you've done for this community and for what I know you're going to do when you get elected. I saw last month 125, 6, or 27 families that had never had to ask for food before. These are people who are not getting food stamps, and if you're not on the food stamp program, you got to pay those taxes. So we're seeing the people now who are out of jobs, who are out of work, they may not have to come but 1 or 2 times. But 1 or 2 times means a lot when you're a small agency and when your budget is so small. And this was a great help to us, and keep on helping us to, to do all we can do for those who need us. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take them inside.
Yes, let's go inside. Show us where you want to go.
A little